Okay, so now we'll start creating the actual hole. And to make that a little bit easier to do, let's go back into the top view. Let's add another symmetry modifier. Okay, if you have it like this, just hit the flip button on the X and that should mirror it correctly. If not, you can just drop this down to the mirror axis and move this around until they touch up in the center, if you have a gap in there. Okay. Alright, so I think we're looking okay here. Let's maybe collapse this down out of a poly again. And we're going to go over to border. And let's cap maybe the inner border here. So I'm just going to select the inner border on the top. Okay, we'll leave the bottom one deselected for now. And let's just cap that. And let's maybe just do the bottom one at the same time. I'm just going to select that border and cap that one as well. And then we'll select maybe both polygons here. Bottom one and the one on the inside. And we'll do an inset on this. Okay, we'll take that up a little bit. We don't want it to be super sharp, but it does need to hold the shape. And it looks like I missed a pair of verts there, so let me just cancel that. Looks like we have two right here. I'm just going to weld those together, okay? Okay, we have two there too, which is fine. Okay, you can see we have double pairs right there, so I'm just going to weld those again. Alright, there we go. So now we'll select those two polygons, inside and outside, and inset them. Okay, so let's do about two. Let's maybe do double here, so I'm just going to hit OK to that to get two insets. Okay, so now what we'll do is just select the inner polygon here, so I'm just going to deselect everything, select this one, and we'll go into the left view, and we're going to extrude this. Okay, and we want to take this down to a negative amount to push it through. Okay, we'll just take it down to roughly about there, maybe about negative 180, and hit OK. Okay, and that's going to plow right through that bottom polygon that we have in there, which is fine. Okay, so we'll just leave that like that for now. And now what we want to do is select the inner one right there, that's on the bottom. Okay, we might need to adjust it slightly here. Let's maybe grow that. Okay, I'm just going to grow that once so we get that first inset selected there. Okay, so we have the one inset plus the polygon. And we'll do the same thing here, we're going to extrude this. Okay, and this time we're going to have to use a positive amount, so I'm just going to take out the minus symbol there and hit OK. Alright, and we'll go into left view and you can see that we're going to have the same gap or distance between the bottom edge and inside edge as we do up here, which is fine. Okay, so that'll essentially create the hole for us. I just want to see if we need to adjust anything further. I think that should be fine. Okay, so now we need to add a couple more supporting edges here. Let's just maybe go over to edge. Just going to grab an edge here and ring these on the outside. And let's do a connect here with two segments. Pinch those apart. Okay, we'll go pretty tight here. Let's do about 97 and OK. Let's do the same thing on the inside of the hole. Ring and connect. And I'm just going to take that down just a bit. Okay, and we're not out of the woods yet. We still have one more hole to put in the center. But first, let's maybe grab the polygons again. Okay, it looks like we have something a little weird over here. Let me just see what's going on here. Okay, it looks like we had a missed weld in this section as well. Alright, so I'm just going to clean that up quick. Okay, so I'm just going to deselect everything, grab this bottom polygon, delete it. And we'll see what's going on here. Okay, we got some verts crossing. Okay, let's grab this one here. And we're going to slide this over. Let's grab this one here, turn our edge constraint, slide this up this way. And it looks like it's actually one of the verts from the bottom there. So I just want to move that back down to position here so we have an even edge. We'll grab the two that are right there and weld them. These two, weld. Crank this up a little bit more. And we'll just weld up these pairs quick here. Okay, I'm gonna go up to the top here. We have a couple more to do. Weld those and these. Okay, and we'll see if there's a problem with the inside. And we'll just push this over. Alright, just so everything's nice and lined up. Okay, so that should fix that problem for us. So now we'll just recap the bottom border here. And we should be good to go. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go back to polygon and we're just going to inset the inner polygon here at the bottom of the hole. And let's maybe do that around 2.5. We'll hit OK and do it twice. And we'll do the same thing on the outside here. Let's just add an extra one just to be safe, and OK. And now we'll just start quadding this up before we cut the hole in. Okay, so same process here. We're just going to connect the verts. Whoops. Okay, so let's connect this across. And if you want to, you can chop it in half and just work on one side. Okay, so just like that, and then we'll need to cut this one. So I'm just going to go to cut from this vert here all the way over to this one, and then right click. Okay, we'll do the exact same process on the bottom. Okay, so just connect up the pairs. Okay, and finally one more cut here, left to right. Okay. Okay, so now we're just going to cut the hole at the bottom where the water filters out into the other tank. And the easiest way for us to do that is just be in the top view. And again, we're going to use the exact same technique that we've been using. Okay, let's go back over to the polygon one more time here, and I think we might want to add one more inset here to these polygons, just to help it smooth out. Okay, so I'm just going to select the inner polygons here and inset them one more time. We're going to crank this up a bit. Let's go maybe like 23 or so, and okay. Alright, and we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. Okay, and we'll inset the same amount. Okay. Now we'll go back to the top view and we'll start working on the hole. Okay, so again, back into shapes, circle. Draw one out in the center here. And it doesn't need to be super huge. Let's do maybe something like that. That might be about right. Let's do maybe like 32 on the radius for this one. Okay, and again, we'll snap it to that center vert. Alright, so just snap that over there. And let's change the color of this one to black so we can see it. And we'll just reselect the tank, back over to cut, turn our snaps, and we'll just cut around this. Just like so, right click to end. And before we delete that, we want to make sure we get it on the bottom. So let's switch the top view to the bottom view. And we'll do the exact same cut here. Okay, right back to where you started. Right click, turn off cut, turn off snaps. Grab the circle that's in there and delete it. And then we just simply need to quad this up before we punch it through. Okay, so let's grab the two corner verts and connect them. Okay, on the inside and on the outside. Okay, and back over to polygon. We'll just select the 4 pulleys on the bottom and the 4 pulleys on the inside for the hole. Okay, and once you have all 8 of those selected, we'll do an inset. Let's take this way down. Let's do something like that. Let's do 2 maybe, and okay, and then we'll simply hit bridge to pop that through. Okay, and finally, select one of these inner edges here on the inside of the hole, ring it, and connect it up with 2 segments, like that. Alright, and let's see, we definitely need to add a few more edges here. Let's add one around the bottom of the outside of the tank here. Alright, so we're going to ring those edges there, and we'll connect it up with 1 segment, and we'll slide that right down. And let's do around 99 on that one. Okay, and the same thing on the inside. Ring those edges and connect it. And just bring that right down to the bottom. Okay. Alright, and you can see we have these really long rectangle polygons on the side, so we're going to want to break these up to help it smooth. So let's just ring these again. And we'll just connect it up with a couple additional segments here. And actually, let me just cancel that first. Before we do that, we want to make sure we have the tank correct to match the other tank. So let me just unhide all here for a second. Go back into the side view here. And we want to make sure that we have those stops there resting in the right place. Okay, and right now you can see they're right through. Alright, so we're going to need to move these edges up. And that should be pretty simple to do. Let's go over to vertex, grab all these verts in this area. Okay. And we'll just bring that up on the z-axis. Okay, until we have it kind of sitting on the top. Let's just check it out on the side here. Okay, I think that's pretty close to where we want it.